Welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I'm your host, Glenn Pooh Harding, and tonight we have a very special guest. This basketball head is a Staten Island legend, and I think by the end of the night, he will be considered a full New York City legend, with the history and the game to back it up. From what I hear, his game is like one of Benny the Butcher's songs, playing in his head every time he stepped on the court. Like,
said I'm gonna be a legend soon, shit, I'm a legend now.
Right. This basketball head is a Curtis High School great, earning all borough first team honors as a senior. Was named to the Staten Island Advanced All-State team. He finished his career at Chivas Prep in Goldsboro, North Carolina. From there, he accepted a scholarship to play at the University of Delaware, but only stayed there a year. Unlike most guys who transfer, they make lateral moves. Instead of going to a major Division I program, but that's exactly what this basketball head did. He became the first native New Yorker to sign with the University of Missouri since New York City legend Derek Chivas in 1984 and 85. At Missouri, he was named to the Big 12 All-Rookie team and the Big 12 Championship All-Tournament team. This basketball head was simply known as Mr. Clutch for his game-winning buckets against Texas and Kansas. He did Texas dirty with an and one with 5.5 seconds remaining in the game, tied at 65 apiece. And what you think he did? New York style, baby. As you seen on my earlier post, he hit the last second shot against Kansas as well. Both teams was ranked in the top 20. Yeah, he's definitely Mr. Clutch for real. After college, he played overseas for the Worcester Wolves in the UK British Basketball League. He averaged 19 points and dished out 7.2 assists for a team that went 27-6. He was league MVP and his defensive player of the year. Always won the rep for his city, this basketball head went back home and destroyed every park tournament throughout the city. He once pulled in 100 points in the Staten Island Pro League, which is crazy within itself. Also heard he showed up late to a game and scored 60 points in bowling shoes. That's ill. Okay, enough is enough. Without further ado, help me welcome to the show Curtis High School and the University of Missouri great and Staten Island legend, Zaire Taylor.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
Oh, there you go.
We here.
For sure, man.
How you doing? Everything good?
How you doing, brother? You good?
I can't complain, man. I can't complain.
Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you this. When I get to find out about someone new that played in New York City that I didn't really hear about, like, I go searching. And the more I find, the more I dig. It's like a conspiracy theorist digging that rabbit hole, right? I was finding more and more stuff. And I said, man, everybody that talked about you and said your name, they wasn't BSing, man.
Yeah.
And
I appreciate it.
Listen,
I appreciate
guys
it.
sent me in the DM. We're going to talk about some things, fam. guys sent me in the DM telling me stories about you, fam. Game, and I'm sitting there going, yo, Lord. Nah, this shit ain't real. Hold on. Let me see. I need to talk to Duke.
Oh, man. Nah, I don't know what stories these are yet. You got me a little nervous
they
right now.
all good, man. But, you know, from one basketball guy to another, when we hear these stories, a lot of these stories get embellished, right?
So maybe we got to hear him.
No,
I'll try to keep it as real as possible.
One was certified because one I read in the paper. So one is certified. The other was just like, what? Anyway. Yeah.
But no, that's crazy that you all mentioned Derek Chivas. Oh man, that's the big homie right there.
Yo, let me tell you, man.
New York City legend, Mizzou legend.
Yo,
and you know what's so crazy?
A god in New York, okay? We all grew
his
up.
wife. Nah, his wife. I wouldn't have a diploma if it wasn't for his wife. I'll tell you that right now. His wife, she did all the work. Like she was
we gonna get there, cause we gonna get
yeah.
Listen,
I just wanted to make sure I shouted that out before, like.
He reached out and said he's gonna come to the show, so we just waiting patiently for his emerge, man, for sure.
Yeah.
So what I like to do, man, I like to ask all my guests when they come to the show, who introduced you to the game?
Introduced me to the game? It's my whole family. I mean, I come from a family of coaches, like my uncle Jerry Mosley.
Okay.
Like Kyle even mentioned him, right?
Yes. Wow.
So like the crazy thing is, it might be 5 for 5, but there was the year that me and Kyle both went Division I. It was 5 of us, and at the time that was a big deal for Staten Island. I don't think there was it could have been the most since whatever at one time, all going D1, and it was me, Doug Elwell, who went to Wagner, Lawrence Bora, who went to Utah, Steve Rossiter, and Kyle.
Wow.
Me, Doug, and Kyle was working with Jerry. Well, I call him Uncle Jerry, but when I'm talking outside, you know what I mean? I just call him Jerry, though. You know what I'm saying? But so when we was working with him, I'm talking about multiple days a week. LB put in a little bit of work with him. You know what I mean? LB, he kind of was he scattered he worked with he did a little bit with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And then there's my Uncle Donald, who has Choice Not Chance. He's a coach. He's coached at Curtis. He's coached prep schools. He just my whole family played basketball. I had a cousin, Zaire Taylor. She's like number 2 in the country in Division III scoring. She played Cooney for York. She like 6 years older than me. I'm getting cooked by her. Like my whole life, I'm getting cooked by her, and it's getting me tight. You feel me? Like being the youngest, and it really was just being one of the youngest in the generation. Because the girls in my family played, the boys in my family played. So up until, you start hitting like 12, 13, my whole family was just cooking me. It's like there was no wins out here. So it was just, I think that was what really got me. You know what I mean?
Wow, man. Nothing like coming from a family full of ballers, because you got to wait your turn. Yeah. There's no skipping the line.
Yeah, and then it'd be terrible. You think normally when you're a baller, especially even your mom or the woman in your family, like, oh yeah, you play good. Nah, they gonna kill you if you ain't ball. You could drop 30 if you ain't play defense. They gonna pinpoint every single aspect of it, like every single aspect. Like sometimes my aunt, sometimes she be the most savage at everybody. You know what I mean? Like she'll just tell me straight how it is. So I really just having a whole family of ballers really was a big part of it. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope. So where's Staten Island are you from? Because I know it's different sections.
Yeah. I'm from I claim New Brighton essentially, but I'm from all over really. I lived in Port Richmond for a little bit. My family had a house in Toad Hill, but most of my upbringing was outside of that.
Okay.
And, it was mainly I grew up as a youngin in the Stapleton area. That's like Stapleton, Park Hill. That's that Wu-Tang area for the people outside.
For sure.
But yeah. So then I really I was outside of New Brighton. Like that's like I guess, the hood you claim, if that makes sense.
Got you. No, it makes perfect sense. So what was like for a kid growing up in Staten Island for those on the outside looking in?
It was, if you was explaining it to people from the outside, it sound crazy. And like, you know how it is being from New York. Like growing up there, it was definitely rough. You know what I mean? It was especially in the 90s. It was kind of crazy. It was real crazy, but it's so normal. It's like it becomes so normalized. You don't really take things as threats. Like I was even saying this in another podcast. Like you could hear the gunshots, but you could low key, like you could tell how far it is, if that makes sense. Like, oh yeah, whatever, check up. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna keep playing ball. Like who cares? Like that don't got nothing to do with us. So it's just like, and that's a regular energy all through the inner cities of New York. You know what I'm saying? So growing up that way, I think definitely toughens you up just a little bit. And then obviously we were playing everywhere. I wasn't just restricted to Staten Island. So, you know, you going to the Garden, playing in CI, all that stuff.
I know,
yeah,
bro. We gonna get
Ville,
there, man.
wherever you playing everywhere.
I just want to go through step by step because today, what you was talking about, I want to touch on that a minute. We talk about the normalization of the violence, right? Today, I shot my scenes to a documentary that's been done about one of my former players who was murdered in 2017, playing C.J. Hemingway. Great kid, 90-plus student, played all sports. He was our point guard and captain and caught the wrong place at the wrong time. And the director was, she's an Asian woman. And Mansum, thank you. I appreciate the love. She was just asking, you know, how does it affect people? And I explained it. Growing up in this environment, it's kind of normal to us, which sounds crazy to the outside world.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? So,
and it's actually sad.
It's
actually sad when you really think about it. And I would say it's really sad when you think about it, because it wasn't until like the last time I was home, which was almost 2 years ago now, and there was like a shooting down the block, and I was with like we outside and like chilling. We just summertime vibes. And yeah, no, we were just chilling, summertime vibes, and then in my head, I'm just like, I got stuff to lose, man. I should go inside, bro. You feel me? Like, and then when we all just chilling, and I'm like, now mind you, I'm not scared though. It's like I don't feel a threat. Like I know the percentage rate of anything of harm coming my way is very, very low. And the irony is the people I'm with, they want to go towards it to see what's going on. And I'm like, bro, like this is not right. We like this is way too normal for us to just, that's our reaction to guns. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's really crazy when you think about it. Not like I feel like I be trying to like I feel like I'm getting older, a little more sensitive, or softer or something. But man, like
I'm older than you. Trust me, I understand. I helped raise my nieces, right? At the later part of their lives. Well, when they were young, we'll say later part. But once my niece moved to Ohio and been out there for years. If she comes back to New York and watches the news, it scares her. Right? You've been away for a couple of years. You saw a little bit of the world. You saw things a little bit different. A few years earlier, outside of, the traveling that you did through ball, it probably wouldn't have affected you as it did that night.
Yeah, not at all. It was like, for sure. It's just I feel like it's just a and the funny thing is, it didn't affect me in the sense of like worry or concern. It just affected me in the it's almost like I was outside of myself and really seeing how we respond to what the whole world would see as a dangerous element and how normalized it was. And it was kind of crazy though when you actually think about it. And it's not but in the same breath, I mean, it's that energy, it's that environment that we came from that I feel like made us tougher.
Facts.
You know?
Yeah. And look, 20,000 people yelling Zaire, 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 Zaire. Right? Like,
Yeah.
that's a whole different kind of pressure. That cat from the hood who bust them guns and in the streets probably can't handle. Because it's a different kind of pressure.
But you know what's so funny though? When like we talked about making some of the shots that I made or whatever, and the reality is, people be like, "How do you handle that pressure?" And this is pressure, and that's pressure. I'm like, nah, pressure is when you go to the garden and there's only one way out that John, and then your teammate hit the kid with the ball, and now they got someone went upstairs already, and you still got to perform and play this game, and then worry about getting home. You know, it's like that's pressure to me. Like so, or playing in games in other neighborhoods where people are actually on the court saying all kind of craziness that one they can actually maybe do, maybe, you know what I mean? Like, it's like I'm in the safest of safe environments, man. I got my scholarship regardless, man, at least for the rest of this year.
That's
like,
right.
Yo,
and cops
so
are
it's like,
everywhere in our arenas. They're everywhere.
So that's the way I look. I feel like that's not real. Like when you start going through certain experiences in life, you start really understanding what pressure is and what pressure isn't. And I think that's why I would say maybe I thrived more than others in that circumstance, because when people start to over analyze it, get over concerned with what's going on and how much they want to win this game, I think that's when it makes it that much harder to perform. And I feel like for me, it's more so the same thing. It's the same thing you've been doing. And to be honest, you got a lot less to lose because you're not expected to succeed. You know what I mean? Like you're down 2 right now, or you're down 1. Like this team got the game in hand. So if you look at everybody's percentages of game winners, Jordan, all of them, it's under 50. So the likelihood is you're going to miss. So how is that pressure?
No, I couldn't say it better myself, man. So at what age did you start taking ball serious?
I was playing since 3 years old. I was serious and that's as much as I can remember. I've been playing since forever. This was what I was gonna do. Like this was always what I was gonna do. Like my mind was made up. It wasn't anything else really. I mean, okay. I might have had a little rapping phase. You know what I mean? I might have thought I was gonna be a rapper.
We all went through that. Yes. Some longer than others, right?
Yeah. I made the right choice.
Right. So who is the best player in the hood coming up?
All right. Growing up, I would have to say, at the time, it was viewed as LB. Lawrence Bohr was the guy, like, he was the best player. There was a few, really, when you think about it. I think he had the crown, I would say. I was right there with him. There's another dude, my bro, KK. KK from the Ville. So, but he lived in Staten Island too.
Okay.
So he went to school in Staten Island. Like he was like raised in he was both, you know. Yeah, he was a killer. He probably 5'8", handle crazy. Because I was known for my handle a lot, but his was just on another level. I felt like he had more athleticism, he had more handle, but I was just like 6'4", you 5'9". Like there's a big difference, bro. Like
yes.
You could do these both a little bit better than me, but these 7-8 inches is gonna make it. You know what I mean? That makes a difference. So
right. That's like LaMelo Ball posting up Trey Young. Like, bro, I know you're doing the killer threes, but get down here. And they hit him with the too small.
And that but yeah, I would say to be honest, I would say it was us 3 were up there. Kyle, like Staten Island's kind of split a half. You know what I mean? Like there's two sides of it. So when you're talking about the hood, like Kyle doesn't really get mentioned much because he just wasn't over there. Actually, I brought him to the hood a few times though. Like he used to play. He played. I brought him to Stapleton, the IS-49, one of the hood tournaments. I went and got him. Think about it. I named all the players that went D1 that year. We was all on the same team minus Washington. It was me, LB, Doug Elwell, Kyle Mack, all on the same team. Everybody else was putting teams together with just like teams of people from Stapleton, team from New Brighton, the team team from their neighborhood. I'm like, nah, we about to come through with some killers. So
and all of y'all were definitely killers, Joe. That's
crazy. And it was, but I would say LB. I think our games more so were very similar. Obviously, they elevated, but our styles of play were the same. Outside of high school, me and LB were always on the same team, and it was like I remember when we used to play in Show Me What You Got in East New York. They were calling him the assassin. They were calling me the king, and I'll lead the game with like 20 and 10. He lead the game with 40. You get what I'm saying? But it was like our roles. You know what I mean? I probably had 5 steals, board. Like my stat sheet would be stuffed. He had 40, 2, 3. Like he just gave me that 40 though. Like you gonna get 40, and he gonna let you hear about it while he's doing it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like obviously that jumps off the page to you. So it's kind of arguable in my view, or maybe I'm just a little biased, but that's my guy. Like. But honestly, at the time, it was definitely no question that amongst the general consensus that he was the best. You know what I mean?
Got you. And that's respect, man. That's respect.
Yeah, but that's my brother. That's my brother for real.
That's real. That's real. So outside of that, right? Who was the guy we was talking about? The guy who got murdered, who got killed?
Sandy Brock.
Yes.
Sandy Brock, RP Sandy Brock. Like,
is he older, younger?
No, he's I would say he's probably got me by about. He would have me by about 6 years.
Got you. So he's older.
Maybe 7. So like I came up like I was like maybe 7. Yeah.
What years was he in high school? Like 80s, late 80s? Early 90s?
Yeah, he got me by a bit. I would say, yeah, he was he's probably late early 80s. Like he was born like 80 probably, I would say, somewhere around that frame, maybe a little before. You know, I'm 86. So yeah, man. He was like everything, like obviously I was young, everything I heard about him, he was official. I actually went back to the archives. We went to the same high school. I'd watch some of his films. And honestly, he actually has a
Damn, y'all got film. I wish we had films at Lincoln. God damn, y'all got film from back then.
Yeah, they recorded every game. I mean, it's VHS, it's throwback stuff. We watching it. You got to rewind.
Regardless, though, you have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we had to. That was yeah. So I would watch film of him though, and then one of my cousins was really close friends with him, so I'm always hearing the stories from him all the time. Like, you know, Sandy, man, he would, and like you just hear it all the time. The first play of the game, jump ball, he gets the ball, tips it, then goes and gets a dunk against St. Peter's, and you hear all these stories, and it's like, it's like I'm inspired, and then like competitive, like, nah, like I want to be better than him because it's who I'm hearing about. Like respectfully though, like just like seeing like, because NBA and all this stuff wasn't really in my thought processing as younger. It didn't seem real because I didn't see people doing it. So right. I just wanted to be the best dude in the hood. Like,
listen, we want to keep guys like Sandy Brock, Pearl Washington, those guys that people probably never got a chance to see names alive. So salute to him again, man. So you get to Curtis, right?
Mm-hmm.
which is like the damn powerhouse. It's like the Lincoln of Staten Island out there, man.
Yeah.
How was the transitions for you when you first got to Curtis?
When I got to Curtis, it was I played freshman. I didn't play varsity. I made the JV team. But I chose freshman. Just
More
because
PT, smart.
Yeah, I wasn't I don't like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's smart. That's right.
I want to play. I want to play ball. So I played freshman. When we were playing, it was cool. Like, we won the championship, I believe. Like, that's the only thing people can't quote me on, because we talking a long time ago now. But I'm pretty sure he won that championship. KK was on my team. I think we was averaging like 45 together. Like, yeah, it was bad. We was going crazy. And then I actually failed off my sophomore year. And well, actually, my freshman year, one thing I do want to say is there was a player named Mike Newcomb, and from wanting to be better than Sandy Brock, like that being the person that was put on the pedestal, like, oh, that's the guy that I always hear about, and especially being in the New Brighton area,
right?
Like him being from that area, that's, of course, like that neighborhood gonna hold it even higher regard, even though the whole Staten Island do. And I'm like, man, I want to be that. And then yo, bro, no, I'm just reading the comment.
I'm gonna get to all of them. I'm gonna get to all of them later.
Yeah. So, but then my freshman year, Mike Newcomb, I ain't gonna lie, like, it was something about his game that I really admired, that I looked up to a bit. That I would say he impacted my game a bit as well. Just like the poise he would play with. Like, I feel like because my whole life, I never got to play point guard and organized play. I was a center on these teams. I was a center. So I went to so I was playing center, and then all of a sudden I didn't play point guard till a year before I went to D1. I did a prep year at point guard. So it was kind of crazy. So my sophomore year, I failed off the team. Just being a knucklehead, Priorities not in the right space.
Let's talk about this for a minute, right? Because it's a lot of pressure. And even though I never failed off the team, I was barely skating by. You know what I'm saying? Just so I could play. Because no one was in my ear telling me, yo, you can go to college and do all these things, right? With you having coming from a coach family and people that play ball, was anybody mentoring you at the time?
Yeah, loads of people. Like, see that? Yeah, I don't have the same excuse as you, man. I got the greatest support system in the world. Like, I got. Pardon me, 1 second. I'm just
no doubt,
making sure it charges up.
No, because that's important, man. That that when you have that direction, and I tell kids, you can have that direction and still go your own route and do what you want to do.
No, and that I got nothing. I can't hold anybody accountable for my mistakes except for myself, man. Like, I have an amazing mother, and then I have like everybody in Staten Island knows my whole family. They're all in the basketball community. My cousins, my uncles are refs, coaches, everything. Like, I had everything needed to. Had decisions essentially, or was focused on the wrong things, on just things that weren't in my benefit. So,
what was the turning point?
Turning point. What, getting it back on track?
Yeah,
failing off. Like, I wasn't allowed to play no ball. Like, that's crazy.
That's real. Look. Bro,
they told me that I was getting put on.
We don't know how to behave.
That's a fact. So they told me I was on the JV team my sophomore year. The day I fell off, they telling me that I was gonna be on varsity. Like they wanted to, they were telling me. Now I don't know if that was just to make me feel bad or
Right.
it was true, but that's what they said, and I'm like, I was sick, man. And then yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. So well, and then if I'm like when I filled up the basketball team, my family love basketball. I'm grounded now. I'm not even getting to do the like. Obviously, AAU got nothing to do with acting. My mom ain't let me do that neither. Bro, I probably went on like 4 AAU trips in my whole high school career. I'd be in trouble with my mom so much. You feel me? like I stay in trouble, so I never got to go on any trips. Every time it was time for a trip, I did something stupid.
That's crazy.
So,
they keep bringing up that 100 point. They know they like, I can't wait to mention that. That's crazy. So did you work on your game, or was just strictly practice with the team?
Nah, I worked on my game like crazy. That's one misconception that I feel like a lot of people have, that I feel like a lot of people view me as an adult when I'm coming back home playing in the summer tournaments, right? I just played a whole season practicing every day as it like this was my job. Like no matter how much you like something, when someone makes it a job, it's a little bit different. Because you may love playing ball, but you're not playing ball on your time. You're playing ball on someone else's time. You're gonna have like we all love basketball. Someone say, yeah, you have to go to the gym right now. You gotta do this. You gotta do this. You're traveling all the way over here to this game and traveling back the same day, doing all this stuff essentially. And it's a real job, practicing 2 times a week, doing drills, suicides, this, that, 17s, all of these things, running 8 miles. So when I get home, last thing I really care about doing is playing basketball. But of course, I love it. And obviously all my friends and like the people that I grew up with, they play ball. And there's our chance like to do that again together. So when I go to the game, I might, I'm on vacation if you ask me. You feel me? Like I might come like one, if like I play for a team in Staten Island United Fam. Yo, my coach, he'll call my whole family. Like to get a hold of me, get me to the game, pull up. He be calling me and pulling up at the same time. Like you got to you have to really it's not a passion to play in the part. Like I want to do it. Like once I'm there and playing, I'm loving it. But I'm like, there's so many other things I'd rather be doing right now. I'd rather come watch people play. Like come chill, come chop it up. Like I don't want to play ball. I've been doing this for 9 straight months, 10 straight months sometimes. So people will see that and then see, oh, he's having I might and sometimes you're doing it just to show that you could do it. I'll go have a game and I might have a little sip of Henny or something. And ball.
Don't tell that story, because I don't even know if that happened a couple of times. But the bowling shoe story?
Huh?
You remember anything about bowling shoes? Playing in bowling shoes?
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
I done played in everything.
We gonna get there. We gonna get there, fam. Trust me. Boy, you're a bad boy, man.
But the thing was, it was like I'm just here to have fun, essentially. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, my name on the line. If I'm playing, especially if I'm playing against someone I know or someone talking, yeah, we gonna play. Don't get it messed up. But the thing is, like everybody, I'm looking at what people saying.
We gonna go there. We gonna go there. Man, yo, I forgot homie name. He sent me the DM. He said you showed up late, a little tipsy, in bowling shoes, late, and still dropped 60-something. Fact or he capping?
Nah, this stuff really happened, man. It's really, but like,
where the hell did you get bowling shoes from, fam?
It wasn't. It was they was boat shoes, I think, or something like that, or they might have been. They might have been Gucci shoes, or I had like there was. I remember one time, like I played in everything. I played in a pair of Giuseppe's, and at the Carter Center one time. Like, and I'm talking about the boot ones, the high ones. Like, I done played in that. Like, it's just basketball. Like, come on, let's act like when we wasn't kids. If you was a kid and you went to church, right? you ain't. If they had a ball and a hoop, are you gonna start hooping after? Or you gonna be like, no, I'm in my church shoes. I can't play. You play. I don't know. Like it just was like
it was just like you just was coming out from bowling, having some drinks with some friends, and dudes was like, yo, you know you got a game. You showed up late, come to the park. Man, I was like, real bro. He was like, yo, when you come on the show, ask him.
Nah. These stories are true. But the thing is about these stories is it adds to the misconception that I didn't really put in the work.
No,
like,
I don't think it was never like that. Like you took the game serious. That how nice you was. He sent me something from Missouri.
Yeah, no, but I mean, but I feel like it kind of does both. It's like a double-edged sword in a way. Like, people look at it from, but like I feel like I'm also like, for example, there's this kid that's seen this or hears this story, right? And then they thinking like that was what my life was like you know what I mean? Like when they'll know that I was sleeping in the gym at University of Missouri and I was getting up, like we had keys to the gym. We could go there anytime. We had couches, we had everything we need. Like, yeah, we if we want, we bring our game system in there, do whatever. I'm talking about bringing in the New Year's, spend all 24 hours in the gym. Like it's just things like that. People like waking up. I didn't get the post at the University of Missouri, but I woke up at 5 a.m. for about 2 months working on my post game that I've been utilizing for the last 3 years of my career. Do you see what I'm saying?
Nah, that's real.
Like, oh, how do you? And it's like you do it so much and you put so much work in. It's second nature. People don't like bringing tennis balls and dribbling those through the hallway in school, looking corny, and who cares? Like we done cut school we done cut school to play ball. There's people on here that was with me when I was cutting school to play ball. And I'm not advising kids to do that either, but I'm saying the work was put in.
Yeah.
Like the work was really put in.
Ballaholic said he dropped 40 drunk like that before. He said he feel you. Legend Victor Wells, yes. Salute, OG.
Yeah, but but that's the reality of it though, to be honest.
Right.
Like it's just like I definitely did do a lot of those and they had some crazy stories, but I'm just the other thing is the work was I matched, like the work was because I had another cousin I looked up to who did play Division I, right? Mm-hmm. And I was engaging in some behaviors. And he was like, look, if you're gonna do that, and he's telling me, I'm like about 15 maybe. Yeah, this 15 when I was bugging, right? And he's like, yo, if you're gonna do that, and I ain't even want him to see me doing it, he's just like, that just means you're gonna have to do twice as much. See, he didn't tell me not to do it. He just said, if you're gonna do it, you gotta do twice. So I was like, oh, cool, that's a good like I could do that trade. So I would work twice as hard and then do all the foolishness. Right. So, and maybe I'm not gonna blame him for that, but yeah, that was the advice he gave me. So, and I was like, yo, I actually could get with that.
Hey, listen, kids, what worked for him may not work for you. So, when you was playing this,
R.I.P. Pardon me, R.I.P. to Keon Lawrence, by the way. And when we get into the conversation about Missouri, I got like he's a big part of that even happening. I never would have been at Missouri if it wasn't for Keon Lawrence, and I say that anytime it's mentioned, I would not have been there, and that's factual.
Wow. So what player when y'all played, before you was leaving high school that gave y'all fits?
Nobody.
Yo, all the guys from Curtis say the same thing.
Not because if I want to keep it real, all right. I got suspended for a game my senior year. And like something happened in practice. I think like something happened in practice. And I get suspended, right? I think unjustly, if you ask me.
Okay.
Like, I feel like you can't judge a fight on the result. You gotta judge it on who created the issue. You know what I'm saying? Like if I defend myself better than you know how to fight, that ain't my fault. You feel me?
Right.
So it's like, so anyway, a little fight happened in practice, and and I got suspended. We played Kyle McElharney at Moore. We got all these different scouts are there, people are there, everything. I'm suspended for the game. Senior year, no offers at the time. I'm sick. I'm like, they the worst team in the league. We the best team in the league. At halftime, we losing. He went for 46 on us. We won the game though. We pulled it out by the skin of our teeth.
Dang.
So they was the worst team. We was the best team. We played each other in the playoffs. I matched up on him. He had his season low, which still it wasn't low. He had 18 points in high school. Ain't low. You feel me? Like,
but he is the 5th leading scorer in New York State history.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like he was he was like averaging like 35 at the time.
Oh, okay.
So like low key, I cut it a half. You dig me? Like, but it's still 8. Like, I still can't act like it's not 18. Lawrence Bora, they wrote a whole story about how like he led New York City in scoring. They wrote a whole story about him, about how I locked him up in the paper. Right? He had 27. You feel me? Like, but it was like if you watch the game, you understand it a little bit, but in the same breath, he had 20. Like we argue about this every day. I'm like, well, what did the paper say? It said I locked you up, right? Bro. He like, bro, I had 27. Like he had 27 points, and so that's a credit to him that he could have 27, and they're crediting me for locking him up. That's crazy. So he's like, nah.
One of the reasons, of course, the obvious reason why I wanted to interview you, but the more I started reading about you and how your defensive skills were, how you went overseas and you was not only the MVP, you was the defensive player of the year. So I'm saying to myself, I love those guys because I'm the guy that want to hold the best player, right? I love the guy who wants to smoke, right? Who want to be in the wave. That's going to happen. People are scared to get their ass cracked. Or are you brave enough to accept the challenge when you got a 40-pointer or somebody that could drop 50 on you in a heartbeat?
Mm-hmm.
And I understand,
that's a fact.
I understand why people say what they said, because I was in that same position. You know, scoring those big time, playing those big time players. But the way you did it.
Nah, like my thing is,
could have been a little bit different.
All my life, I feel like it's weird. Like, if you ever notice, right? Like, you can remember the crazy dunk that LeBron had, that Jordan had, that this person had. You don't really remember who he did it to, right? All the time. Like, you can remember the play. You can't remember who got the posted all the time. Nah. But something about, like, I'm talking about if a dude hit a mid-range jump on me, I feel like the whole world's watching, seeing, looking, and laughing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I really feel like, damn, like everybody just seen him get this bucket on me.
Right,
so,
right.
And it's like, I feel like it's like being a good defender just starts with having a level of pride. Yeah. And then obviously I did get the privilege of learning a lot of things from a lot of good defenders. Like one of my first college coach ever, David Henderson, he was like my first college coach ever, Dave Henderson. He was at Duke. Guy, right? From Delaware? Yeah, but he was at Duke when Jordan was at UNC.
Got you.
Jordan says that he was his toughest defender in college. So he gave me some little gems on my visit. On my visit, he gave me little tricks of the trade, like, yo, if you do this, we ain't gonna give those away. Those you know what I'm saying? Look, he gave me a few of those. I was like, oh yeah. Implemented them, they actually worked. I was like, and it's like I don't know, I paid skill set to defense, if you ask me. Like, there are defense skills.
Say that again.
No, I said I feel like there is a level of having a skill set as far as defense goes. Like there are certain skills and attributes you could have, and like quick hands and react and be able to read people, and those things matter.
You ever thought about opening up a defensive school? Right? I don't think there's anyone teaching defense except high school coaches. Trainers work on offense. I rarely see a trainer working on defense. Now, I'm not in all the trainers' gyms, but when I watch them online, I see them on IG, YouTube. Everybody's working on offense. I don't see anyone working on defense.
I feel like as far as defense goes, a lot of that training would be is film work and understanding, right? So that definitely could be done. I do like I have my own so like I have my own basketball team.
Okay.
And then here we have like, so the way it works here is like you have pipeline. So if you have a pro team, then you'll have like junior basketball flowing under it. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not that, like, the high school basketball is not where it's at. It's the pro teams have these teams under, and then they play their own like national league, kind of like a AAU-ish type thing. But they'll usually fall underlining. Like, so now the beauty of it is my pro play, myself and the other pro players will mentor and tutor and coach and teach these kids, you know what I mean? And what we do is, but with that, I do take a handful of them at a time because I only got so much time. I got probably over 100 kids now. It's like what we do is we'll take I'll take a handful at a time and try to really put them under my wing, and just like I'll be sending them footage of T-Mac breaking things down, show them just the randomest things. I'll just just try to school them to the game the right way. And I feel like I would never do a defensive school, but like the best thing I would want to do is work on the total package. But you only could really do that properly. You can't do that with more than 5 people. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I just like bringing them in and really properly putting them under the wing, because I feel like it was one of the best things that ever happened to me. Was I would watch a game with my Uncle Jerry, or watch a game with my Uncle Donald, or my Uncle Greg, or whoever, and while we're watching it, the game's being explained to me. So it's like I'm getting a film session just watching the NBA. Like, and then me, I play devil's advocate. I'll ask all kind of questions, or I'll talk back, not talk back disrespectful, but like disagree with them.
Right.
But I don't necessarily always disagree with them. I just wanted to hear the answer.
Right.
You know what I mean? I wanted to get the understanding, the underlying understanding behind the answer, and that's what I would do. So that worked. That did a lot for me.
Wow. Now listen. Senior year, you all borough, you all state. Who ass did you bust that chair to let you know you was one of the better guys in the city?
I wasn't even, to be honest, we don't be getting the respect we like that in Staten Island. We know that, right? So
definitely, this is why I want to make sure I'm out here once, twice a month, for sure.
Right, and I was set, but the thing was, my numbers were I had really good numbers. Like if we did if my PER, if they had that for high school, would have been probably one of the top in the city. Like I led the team in points, assists, rebounds, steals, blocks. Do you see what I'm saying? I was out across the board, and I technically I tied for leading the team in scoring. It was me and this kid and my man Sharon King. We both averaged like 15.1, but we had our starting 5 was average. I think we had 15.1 each, and my point guard was over 10, and our whole starting 5 was between 15 and 10. It was a very balanced team when it came to scoring, but the rebounding, I led in rebounding. I got I played what's it called? It was really about having a balanced game. So that never really jumps out at people. It was just, little bit of this, little bit of this, little bit of this, little bit of this. So I didn't really cook it. I wouldn't say I really cooked anybody up in high school. Well, except for I had one game.
It's starting to come out now. There you go.
Okay, I had one game. I think I had something crazy. It was 25, 20, and 10. And the 10 was steals, not assists.
Woo!
So, and I was going against him and Steve Rochester. They was the two that went D1 as well. And they were the backcourt. They were the front court. And me and Doug were played similarly because I would start at center, but they might sub out our point guard and then move me for a little minutes there and bring in a big man. So I'd go from playing the 5 to playing the 1. Farrell, a Catholic school, was doing the same thing with him. But so it was a really good matchup, and I definitely got the better of that. So if I had any game that really jumped out in high school, it would be that one. And that's my man.
That's right. That's right.
But it's just this, I could tell you stories about when I got cooked. You feel me?
Well,
there ain't a lot of them. There ain't a lot of them. But I ain't gonna say it ain't happening.
It's a 3-part question, right? What was your recruiting process like for you? What schools did you visit? And why Delaware?
All right. So I didn't qualify academically initially after when I was finishing up high school. I didn't my SAT score was as high as you needed it to be. I had 11 something or something like that out of 1600. And I think the highest you need was but my grades were so low, it still didn't, I told you I failed off sophomore year. So, and then even after that, it was, yeah, I was getting by. And so after that, I went to prep school. But Delaware actually hooked me up with my prep school. So they seen me at a workout, RIP to Mike Rogers. He's a New Jersey legend, right? So I'm in a workout with me, Keon Lawrence, Elijah Ingram, McDonald's All-American, right? So he had that little situation after he was in a Big East school. He had a little situation, I think, got in trouble. So he had to find a new school. So then I'm telling you, so he's the guy. And there's loads of other players. We go in there every Sunday in Elizabeth, New Jersey to these workouts. Delaware shows up. They had us dribbling a tennis ball. Now, like I said, I've been dribbling a tennis ball my whole life. I do it. I could dribble a tennis ball like a basketball with no problem.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It's not even I could literally dribble a tennis ball like a basketball on it's not literally. So my thing is they seen that was impressive. We had to run suicides with the tennis ball. This is back when I was could move a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And I was coming in first, and then we played, and I matched up with Elijah Ingram, and I'd say I got the better of him. You know what I mean? Keeping it real, and it was now mind you, I never played center. I never even played point guard before.
Right.
Also, this isn't I did in the street, but this isn't an organized game either. So it's just a workout. But I was just getting busy, caught some dunks, did little so the athleticism was displayed, the skill set, So they wanted me. They then realized that my grades was messed up. Said, yo, go to prep school. I went to prep school. Now when I get to prep school, now I got all these schools looking at me. You know what I'm saying? I got ranked nationally when I got there. So I think I got ranked as high. I finished ranked 87 because I got sick for I caught mono. So then now I was 43 before I caught the mono. before I caught mono. And then I was 87. I missed like a month and a half of playing. So, but if you know, like I started off not even on the rankings. I just kept shooting down the whole time.
Wow.
I think it would have got better and better, to be honest. But yeah. So when that happened, I was playing with Jimmy Graham, that's in the NFL now. I don't know what team he on. So yeah, we had a good team. We finished like number 13th in the country, I think. We were really good. We were beating some big name teams. I balled against New York legend Jesse Sapp. That was the first time I met him.
Right.
We went at it every time. That's someone that offense outdid my defense when we'd match up, you know. But my offense came back too. Like you're talking about, it'd be like he had 33, I got 28. I got 31, he got 29. Like the games is like that every time. And then I just went up to him like, yo, bro, where you from? You know what I'm saying? Like, say, yo, I'm from Harlem. So I'm like, oh, like, then we just rapped a little bit, you know what I mean? Cool dude. So, yeah, played against him. Played against a lot of players out there, man. But I just wanted to be loyal. Like, y'all the ones that put me in a position. How I'm going to turn my back on y'all now that everybody all of a sudden want to show me love. You feel me? That just don't sound right on any kind of level with anybody.
Right.
So,
they hook you up. They give you the door. They open up the door for you.
But you know what's crazy?
When you went there, did it fit your style?
But you know what's crazy though, right? I went on like a few visits to junior colleges because, like I said, I didn't qualify, so I would have had to go to junior college.
Got you.
I got offered by I got 50 junior college offers. You feel me? Like every junior college offered and then I ended up signing the scholarship to the College of Eastern Utah. Right? So I signed a contract. I was signed to the school. I was supposed to go there, but because I didn't go to college at all, voided that contract. So it's about knowing the rules and things like that and finding, you know, like a good lawyer, you got to find the loopholes. You feel me?
Right.
So, yeah.
There's somewhere, there's one everywhere. Trust me.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I ended up going to there. Then I went to Delaware. Now, Delaware, man, I loved it at Delaware, to be honest. I think.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
So what happened?
I just had a bad situation. I'm gonna make this long story short because it's a crazy one. My first year, I had Dave Henderson was my coach. Then I got a new coach. The new coach, we just got off on the wrong foot. I was being a knucklehead to make it simple. You know what I'm saying? I was being a knucklehead, but not on the court. I was the first one in, last one out. But I'm petty too. You know what's so funny? You know what I used to do? Because I used to hate people that would they'll stick around at the practice and shoot until the coach leaves the gym. You feel me? Like, you're not here trying to get better. You're trying to get brownie points, bro.
Right.
So because I see that, I would do the opposite. I'd be like, yo, I ain't doing this for you. I'll leave the gym while he's there and wait until he leave to come and then go into the gym. So once I realized who the people was that wait till the coach leave, as soon as they walked into the locker room, I would leave the locker room and then start working out. You get what I'm saying?
What's your sign, bro?
I'm a Virgo.
Okay.
But it's just I'm not doing this for you. I don't even want you to know that I'm putting this work in. Like, you feel which is stupid. Yeah. That's not helping me.
That's my guy who's a Virgo. Trust me. Yeah.
But that's not, bro. And then it was even crazier. We'd lose a game. I had a friend. I got it tattooed on me. GTG. But that was like our little crew in college. And these dudes all did a lot for me. Like, one of them, I'm talking about, I lose a game. It's wintertime. There's snow on the floor. I'm so pissed. I'm outside on the outside hoops getting shots up. Like, that's what I mean when I'm talking about, like, putting the work in. And this dude don't even play ball. This is just my man. He from New York. It was like a whole crew of us that linked up, realizing he was from New York. He just be out there with me, rebounding. That's my man, Goose. Like, there's so many people, and we all have these people in our journey, in our life. You know what I mean? That, like, the story ain't happening without any of them, really. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, with that, we got off onto the wrong foot. I actually told him I wasn't there for school. Like, I was like, like, so don't I'm like, don't worry about, like, don't be checking my classes or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got to check. Like, I'll be eligible. Don't worry. Like, that was the first time we met. That's what I told him. You know what I'm saying? And obviously that wasn't the smartest thing to do. Hindsight being 2020. And we just got off to a bad start. He ended up leaving me at a hotel. And like,
Say that again?
Like, we had a game. This is the first time ever we had to go get a this is the first time ever. It's in Greensboro. First time ever that we didn't like shower and get ready at the gym. They told us to leave our stuff at the hotel. We'll go after the game. So we go back. We lost the game. We go into the hotel. We're getting ready. And then I was the last person. I will acknowledge that. But the time frames of it is literally like my roommate was only a minute in front of me. And he wasn't the last person. He wasn't the second to last person, you feel me? Like, he was so far, he was so close to me that he was trying to hold the elevator for me. You get what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, don't worry about it. Had to go back in and grab something. That's the time difference we're talking about. So they left me. And that's when everything went downhill. And then I lost it. Like, with that having happened already, along with just everything about the energy, it's like I got to a boiling point and I just lost it for real. I bugged out. I like threatened the assistant coach or something. Not threat, like, I don't know how I want to be framed, but I was in a bad, like, I felt like it went to the next level, you know what I'm saying? And then my minutes were getting reduced because I was leading the team. I was first and second on every statistical category at the point before this game. And then I played like maybe 9, 10, 12 minutes in that game. Because whenever the situation happened in the first half, I never got back in the game. The next game, like the minutes start, I'm like, oh, I see what they're trying to do. So I'm like, I got to call it quits before they try to ruin my whole stock to move forward. You know what I mean? So that's why I just had to make a business decision. I told my teammates, they was like, they understood, they rocked with me, and it was all good. And that's how I ended up going to Missouri, really. I mean, then I started looking at schools.
Now, like I mentioned before, guys come from, small schools, mid-majors. It's usually a lateral move.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Not even. It's usually.
Or they go D2 or D3.
No, I mean, but when I say, like, for example, normally you leave Missouri, you go to Delaware. That's not like,
right.
That's not lateral.
Right. So
yeah. You're right.
Leaving Delaware, he probably going to Morgan State.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the lateral move.
Yeah, you're right.
He ain't going up to the big boys.
Yeah. Typically, that's not how it go. Yeah, typically, that's not how it go.
That don't happen.
Yeah.
Right? So when I saw that you did it, I was like, yo, this dude is built different.
But, so funny. This is a story I didn't really tell. Like, obviously, I had the credentials and the stats from playing at, like my season play, my accolades that I racked up at Delaware, the thing, my performance, my skill set that you could see within film. But when I went on my visit to Delaware, there's two people that really helped me get to Delaware, which is one, this dude Stephon Hanna from Chicago, and Keon Lawrence. Like, they really vouched for me. And they vouched for me off the arm of Keon was already my man. Stephon Hanna just met me and he just liked my energy. So he liked who I was. And it actually was the craziest of crazy situations that went down while on my visit. So before I go on my visit, I already quit the team. So I'm just playing in the rec. Yo, you couldn't have told me I wasn't Jordan, Kobe. Like I'm playing rec ball. Like I'm playing against just like college kids. You feel me?
Right.
I'm throwing it behind my back off the backboard, catching it, dunking it on them. Like violent. I'm just doing whatever I want. I'm shooting fadeaways behind the basket. I'm doing like, so that gave me a false reality like that. Like I thought I got better, but no, the competition just got way worse. Like,
Right.
Like I really thought I got better out here, right? I was like, oh my goodness, I really tapped into my, like I found it. Yeah, like I found my Leroy glow. You feel me? So I'm like, yo, I go on this visit. Mind you, I'm not doing no condition, no working out, none of that stuff, right? Oh, like I'm just playing ball. That's it. Tell me why I go on this visit. You know Nolan Richardson.
Yeah, facts.
So that's my basketball godfather. I mean grandfather. You feel me? Mike.
Okay.
Mike Anderson. Mike Anderson's comes under his tutelage. And Mike Anderson just got Big East Coach of the Year at St. John's.
Facts. And I was just about to say that.
Right.
He did a great job. He's doing a great job.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. He also got Big 12 Coach of the Year when I was there at Mizzou.
Wow.
So, I think he got Coach of the Year, period, when I was at Mizzou. So he got a good, but anyway, so you know that style of play. You know the 40 minutes of hell, fastest 40 minutes. I'm coming from not doing nothing but playing against college kids in the rec that don't play basketball. And going against them. I'm talking about I went down the court like 2 times. I was done. I literally went up. I went up and down. I had nothing. Like I had nothing.
Wow.
Like the pace and the speed of that game is so crazy for someone that is in shape, that is playing Division I basketball already, let alone not. Like I got cooked. I got Stephon Hanna. He got at me. I ain't gonna hold. Like, see, that's I give it both ways. I tell this. I tell this. If I'm gonna tell it one way, I'm gonna tell it the other way. Don't get me wrong, man. He caught me out of shape and all that. He nice, but he caught me but yo, he got at me.
Right.
So I'm just like, dang, I lost this scholarship. Luckily, when I got off the plane, the dude, like, obviously he's not an agent, but he's almost like representative. And when I get off the plane, I'm talking about he had to be calling me the whole plane ride. Because the second I turned my phone on, he's like, whatever you do, don't sign a contract. Going to Kentucky right after this. I'm like, all right, I got you. Yo, that ain't work. I like, yo, them coaches, my coach put that pressure on me, like, yo, you want to be here? Then you're gonna do it right now. So, but no, I played terrible. I didn't think I was gonna get that scholarship at all. But I think that it was but what happened was actually there was a situation where there was this big beef between the basketball and the football team. Right? And now, mind you, I don't know none of these dudes except for Keon Lawrence. And RIP, you know, but the truth, it was his fault. That's something that we would laugh about. Like, it was his fault. The situation that happened was his fault. I ain't gonna like he bugged out. And anybody that know Keon know, like, yo, I love, like, yo, he was wild. He was wild. We was both wild. You know, that's why we was thick as thieves. You feel me?
Right,
so,
right.
Situation happens, and he got to have the situation with the he ain't want to do it with a wide receiver. You feel me? He want to have a situation with like a defensive lineman. You know what I'm saying?
Frolic.
Yo,
Shoulders hit.
yo, like, you want to have a situation with a defensive lineman, bro. Talking about like same height as us, like 6'4", but like 320. So you know what I'm saying? And then it's like three of them, they rolling together. So I'm out and about. I'm trying to like I'm here to party. I'm here to see what this town really about. You feel me? So I'm talking, and then Keon, all I see is him getting yoked up by this big brolic dude. So then I run up and like ready to, and then it's like and it's like three of them. So I try to like push him off of him, right? And then some other dude started to grab me. I had a little bit better of a stance than him. But, like, I ain't gonna lie. He had me a bit more than I had him. And, like, if we keeping it real. And then, like, obviously the whole basketball team. And then, not the whole football team, but, like, let's just say half the defense. Like, you feel me? So
that is the whole football team.
Yeah. So,
it's down to a fight.
Like, yeah, so the whole situation happens, but when it's gonna happen, I guess like they respected that I stood tall in the situation, and even as it transpired outside, and even though no fight escalated, and the whole time I'm like, damn, man, if I don't do nothing, I'm like, yo, y'all gonna be here regardless. Like, I'm not coming back if my name's associated with this. Like, I'm not gonna.
That's right.
But it's like at the same time, what you supposed to do? You get what I'm saying? Like, you gotta stand on what you stand on. You know what I mean? So, situation happens, and actually, that situation actually saved me because now these dudes is like vouching for me, like, oh, he official. If it is, I'm gonna be a red shirt. Steph Hanna is about to be a senior, so we ain't gonna play with each other anyway. So he's like, I don't even care if you whack or not. Like, you know, like.
And then you earn your respect on campus, and you're able to make your way.
But not like.
Team.
Yeah, no, for sure. But that, like, because I knew that I could play on the level. I just knew I was out of shape. I was dead. Like, but the thing is, for that to be the way I represented myself, there was no way I should have got that scholarship. To be 100% honest, I mean, I clearly proved that I was capable of playing on the level as things move forward, right? But. Yeah, I made the newcomer team. Yeah, I had a good first year. I think I made all tournament team as well.
Yeah, all tournament team. Made all tournament and championship game. Yeah, championship tournament. Yeah.
I did. Yeah, I was tight. I was. If it wasn't for the final. The final was my only subpar game. Like I would have got most outstanding player. I was it was between like really me and Damari Carroll, and
wow.
It was like, but he was the guy for the team. But
right.
when the games turned up, I always turned up. And that tournament, I was balling. The final just had a subpar game, like a 9-11 point game, and he just balled out. So
got you. So was the biggest moments for you at Mizzou those two big shots?
Yeah. Like, okay, there was like 4 of them, right?
Okay.
There's ones like, so that would those two shots, Texas and Kansas, happened 5 days apart.
Right.
Right. So like in the same week, Texas, I actually was balling that game. I think me and Damari both had 17 points.
Yeah,
and was leading scorer.
You did them dirty.
So that was one thing. Then I go 5 days later, and that's the first time it happened. The next game, I'm playing against Kansas. I think I hit a 3 early in the game. When the first shooting opportunities I had, I shot a 3 from the corner, and it went in. And I think I said something slick. You feel me? And then I didn't make a shot for the rest of the game. And I got to the line once, made 2 free throws, and then I hit that shot. So that, to me, that's kind of dope. Like the Texas one is like, okay, I was rolling, I was balling.
The bounce back to the Kansas game is special. Yeah,
so that was one situation. Now I had this like reputation a bit from those 2 shots. Because these are my junior year, my senior year. is like the first opportunity I get is against K-State. And on top of that, my whole family there too. Like, well, my cousins, like my family my age, right?
Right.
They came to check me, and I hit the game winner against K-State, which was like the other two was like that was like a deep three. That was like a deeper three off the line.
Wow.
But you got to think. The thing about this is it's almost like shooting free throws to me are one of the harder things to do in clutch situations because you got so much time to think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like those two games, they happened so close together, and I was just balling that I didn't have time to like have something I had to live up to and have that reputation on my back, like of like it being pressure now because you're supposed to be that guy. You're supposed to be the guy that hits the shot. Now this is the first time I have that situation where I got to live up to that. You know what I'm saying? So, and I did. And that was really big for me personally. It was like, all right, yeah, like almost like confirming, like, yeah, you are who you think you are. You feel like
that's right.
And then that same year, this one to me was the best because my senior year we almost didn't make it into like we were the 10 seed, I think. So being a 10 seed, you like in a power conference, you know that you just made it in.
Yep.
So with that, it was supposed to be. I didn't score any. I was 0 for 6 that game in Iowa State, last game of the season. We on the bubble. Most people got us out. We're down 2. I hit a shot at the buzzer to put us into overtime. I didn't make any shots yet today. This is the first shot I'm making was the one that put us into overtime.
Wow.
Then while we're in overtime, we're down 2 again. With like, let's say, with 2 possessions left in the game.
Right.
I hit that shot to tie it. And then they're coming. What happened? Yeah, so they're coming down, they throw a bad pass, they throw a turnover. Yo, the camera catches this. I got this on my highlights. I'm like, yo, give me the ball. This game over. Give me the ball, right? And then
they catch you saying that?
Yeah, they caught me saying it. It's on the tape and everything. So I'm like I did like gesture like, and then I come down. I go court. I go like, you see the Tyus Edney shot?
Yes.
It's essentially that same coast to coast situation.
Yes.
It's like 5.7, 6.2 seconds, something like that. I went coast to coast, and just did a little running floating hook off the backboard that dropped at the buzzer. Game over. If we didn't win that game, we probably wouldn't have been in the tournament.
Wow.
So now if we didn't beat Kansas, we still would have been like one of the top teams in the Big 12 in a regular season game. That game, that shot, I feel like got us in the tournament.
Yeah, G. Mosley said the Iowa State one was his favorite.
Yeah. That's like me too. And the fact that I ain't make no shots, I ain't make no damn shots that whole game.
Right.
But the crazy thing is that my teammates and my coaches trusted me to be able to say, all right, yo, like you 0 for 6, here's the ball. Like, yo, that's kind of crazy in itself.
They don't call you Mr. Clutch for nothing, fam.
Yeah. So that's the so that was the craziest thing about it, I would say.
Nice. So now I want to just talk about my guy, Derek Chivas, real quick.
Yeah.
He was
Band-Aid man.
He was my roommate during the Empire State Games. When he showed up, he had 2 duffel bags from Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yo, I have no idea what's in that bag, but look in there, whatever you like, you can have beside the sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in there was fresh.
Yeah.
Right? So, the James Majors question. James Majors, Seton Hall great, Bishop Loughlin great.
Mm-hmm.
Went to Seton Hall, early 80s. He said, yo, G, for meal money, when we went on road trips, PJ Carlesimo gave us $5 a day.
Yeah.
How was the meal money for you guys when you guys went on the road?
Oh man, what was it like? So, the real money was the Christmas, Thanksgiving monies would be the real money.
Got you.
You
When
know
you
what I'm
stayed up at school, okay.
Yeah, because you gotta be at the school. So like I remember when I was at Delaware for the Christmas time, you might get like 300. Like Christmas money, you getting like 1,300. Like for having to be there. Like pretty much whatever the maxes they was allowed to pay you, they were gonna pay you. But the beauty of this is you're gonna get that 1,300 plus you're gonna get, like I'm talking about Christmas, you had paper, like you're gonna have that 1,300 plus you're gonna have another like your rent money. Like you still get your housing and mail money. And then at Mizzou.
Hold on. You guys did, your housing wasn't taken care of. You guys had your own housing that you paid for yourself. They gave you that money out of your scholarship.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But then, watch this. So you get housing and mail money, right?
Right.
And when you get your housing and your mail money, they also give you what's it called? they do the housing would give you Monday through Thursday. You didn't have to get any meals because they had a student athlete dining hall.
Right. We got that as well, but y'all got money out.
Y'all had a student athlete dining hall. Y'all had a dining hall.
Right.
No, did y'all have a student athlete dining hall?
No, we had a regular.
Y'all had a dining hall. No, look, student athlete dining hall is different. So, what they have in there, so they had their own little island in the middle where it's like Subway. It's like an unofficial Subway. Like you get to pick which sandwich thing you know what I mean. Then they had the stir fry next to it.
Oh, we had that. We had that as well. We had all that. Yep.
No, but it's not like. Listen, I understand what you're saying.
It was just definitely exclusive.
But I'm talking about I'm talking about steak. But it's like, and also just the left. Like it's like this is for just the student athletes. They only want you get what I'm saying. So, and then at dining halls it's like a buffet. You can't take it to go, right? Right. You allowed up to 3 trays. Yeah, you can tell you what my college hustle was. I go into the dining hall, right? I'll get a whole tray full of steaks. I'll get a whole tray of like mac and cheese or rice or whatever, and get a whole tray of like something, vegetable or something. If I had a young lady come around, yeah, I'll put it on the I'll put it like right when she's about to come around, I will put it on the oven or right on I'm like I'm gonna cook for you. that was my thing. That was my thing in college. Wow. So that was one of my things. So that's crazy. But we didn't have to spend our food money essentially is what I'm saying.
Got you.
And our rent, it's Missouri. Like our rent was like $275. You know what I'm saying? So it was a nice little situation, like when you really add it up and you really think about it, you know what I mean? Wow. And then you do get on the road trips, you're still gonna get your per diem money.
Right. This is what I'm saying. Let's talk. We just talked about per diem money, and y'all got so much extras too. Fucking Cal, excuse my language. Cal, they had a private jet.
Yeah, well, they like a charter. You mean like
charter?
Yeah. We did that too. Like it was the thing is, hold on, pardon me. I feel like the source.
Can't hear you.
But pardon me. All right. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I just had to switch the source. But we had the charters. Yeah, the charters is lovely. It's just like it's very convenient, and they don't check your bags and nothing like that. You know, like you just yo, you know
Y'all
what
was
the
at the
dopest?
Clearport, as Jay-Z would say. Not the airport, but the Clearport.
Yo, you want me to tell you the craziest thing? I used to have like me, like they used to take like me and another one of the players because we like they were like we were like the people they would put at the front. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say we were the stars of the team. Our team was very balanced, but they would put us at the forefront, being seniors and stuff like that. We would get on we get on private jets, right? So it'd be like me, my coach, the football coach, and and one of the star football players, like, right? Like they'd let me get in the cockpit. For real. I got pictures. Matter of fact, yo, the dude let me fly the plane for a little while. Like I was sitting in the cockpit with him. That's how crazy it is. Like we was because we used to
Welcome to big time basketball. That's just what it is, fam.
Yeah,
Welcome
that
to
was the
big
craziest
time
experience. That was
right.
That was the crazy experience. I got a picture of that. But yeah, like
I definitely want to see that, man.
I used to but like that was like my senior year. So what they do is they like to build up to get the booster money, I guess, and to get the booster money and to get all the whole state behind us. We would go to like these little obscure towns and like places a little further out just to build up the support. So we drum up support. So it would be on a school day. We got school today. We got school tomorrow. They're not really trying to have us miss classes for this kind of stuff. So they just get a private jet that was maybe like a 10-seater, 12-seater, like just like a real private jet, like small jump. So yeah, that was kind of crazy when you think about it.
So when you finished up at Mizzou, what you do?
My first year, I went to Holland. My man LB was in Holland with me. We balled against each other. Yeah, it was a good experience. My team was picked to finish 8th in a league of 10, and we made it to the semifinal, and we made it to the cup final. Yeah, it did well.
No doubt. It says, he said for that booster money, we had to go to church. I hear that, OG. Yeah. And you know, he was way before us, man. So whoa, just imagine. Well, so
yeah.
you played in for Worcester, right? The Worcester Wolves, when you was MVP and Player of the Year. Was that like your best pro year?
I think I'd have to say yes. I think I have to say yeah. Like being honest, we there was so much it depends on how you judge it as far as like winning, success, the adversity that you had to overcome. You know what I mean? Because obviously there's some situations are smoother than others. Some situations you weren't supposed to win. And so when you judge it that way, I mean, but overall accolades, I got the most accolades that year. One, it wasn't my best winning year. My season before that, I think I played as good personally. And that's really what made that season happen, was because I feel like people was hating. They was talking crazy like I wasn't. You don't understand. When I got to this country, I really fell in love with the country. And I was like, you know what? I want to stay here. And I spent, at this time, I'm not getting paid nothing because I took a year off in between Holland and coming to England.
Okay.
Because of the birth of my oldest daughter. So with that, I'm getting paid like 1/4, 1/5 what I was getting paid. You know what I'm saying? After that year off, everybody lowballing me. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I take my whole check, bought jerseys to give away to the fans and everything. Like, I was like Mr. Nice Guy. I was like all in for long. After that, I got second team. My team, I'm the point guard of a team where the small forward's MVP, the shooting guard is runner-up for MVP. I average more points than him, and that's my man. Like, my stats are better than his, one, and I'm the point guard of a team that loses 2 games, right? And they got me second team. So I'm like, all right, what y'all want me to do? I was like, all right. So I'm like, in my head, I'm the nicest head, right? Whether that's true or not is irrelevant. That's where I felt.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, now I'm coming back to violate. And when I came back, I'm talking about before every game, I'm talking crazy on Twitter to the other team's coach, to the players, everything. Like I'm posting pictures from the season before when I dunked on a dude or whatever. Like, yo, last time I was there, this is what happened. Like, I'm like, yo, I felt disrespected. So now I'm like, all right, now you're about to see. So that really was like setting a point. Typically, I don't play that way. And even while doing that, I still led the league in assists, and I led the league in steals, and I think I was 8th in the league in scoring. And my big man was the runner-up for MVP. So in the last 2 years, my team as a point guard, the MVP and the runner-up for MVP was from my teams. And to me, whether I get MVP, and maybe this is my own arrogance, but whether I get MVP or someone on my team get MVP, if I'm the point guard, I got the MVP, bro. I was spoon feeding you the rock.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Like, I'll be taking credit for that for real. Like, so that's the way I see it. Like, if I got a point guard that give me MVP, I'd be like, yo, thanks, bro. Like, because as a point guard,
we did it together. That's right.
That's the way I look at it. So like, when I'm not playing point guard, I look at it that way. And I'm the kind of dude, I'll be telling you straight up, yo, bro, you're gonna fall in line or you don't have to see this ball today. You hear me? You're gonna do it. You know what I mean? If you don't give me my rebounds, block a shot or two, they about to see what I could do out here.
Right.
And you got to do that sometimes. You got to pull them cords and make sure you're getting the desired result you need. Like, or you can like it's all part of leading. You know what I mean? And that's really what a point guard's job is to do: lead and win the game. So if I do that, then I'm doing a point guard's job. And if my team number 1, then how you gonna say anyone did better than me?
Yeah. It says, Zaire, do you know who's that? Kelvin Amayo? The orthopedics. He's from New Jersey. He's an overseas. The overseas guy came from New Jersey.
Calvin
Amayo.
Not that I can recall. Not that I can recall, honestly.
All right. So when did you stop playing ball?
I haven't, unfortunately. Like, I haven't, unfortunately, right now. So I own my own pro team right now.
Okay.
And in that, I play for myself. Right now it's a pandemic. Like, we're still in lockdown out here. Schools just started back this week. So with that,
where's the pro team located?
Worthing, England. It's less than an hour out of London.
Got you.
So, but we're in lockdown.
Congratulations on that too, brother.
Thank you. But you got to think about this. We got no fans right now. Ain't nobody trying to sponsor anything during the pandemic. And even my other business that has schools coaching, if there ain't no school going down with lockdown, where's the money coming in to pay the players? But the players still got to get paid. You feel me? So
got you.
I'm like, yo, listen, I don't know anybody in the world better than me that plays for free. So like ain't no one else like gonna play for me. Like, so I still got to play, unfortunately, right now. And
okay.
Like, just for the business sake of it and keeping our team going. Like, obviously, with it being a business this season and the pandemic and all the uncertainties, we had to take a step back. But prior to this year, the teams won championships. I've been here 4 years now. First 2 years we've won championship, and the last year the season got stopped short, and then this season we just had to scale back just for safety measures. The one thing the whole reason I wanted to own a team is because I wanted to make sure, Like I've been in situations where my money was short, my money was late. It make you want to do all kind of things as a man, you know what I mean, when you're in that kind of situation and circumstance. And the last thing, so my whole thing was, look, at the end of the day, like, and it even got bad to a point where I was ready to fold the whole season. Because the reality is, the one thing I don't like about European basketball, no, I would say English basketball, not European, is the contracts are so one-sided. And now, granted, even as an owner, that's beneficial to me if they are, right? But that's just not how I move. So even the way I operate within the guidelines and rules that I'll operate within already set me at a disadvantage because I'm not here to do what y'all trying to do.
Right.
So it's just like you sign a contract with a player, but if you fire that player, they don't pay that contract out. It's just like we agreed to a contract for a year. You fired me before the year. To no fault of mine, other than I'm not as good as you wanted me to be or expected me to be. Where's the accountability on your end as a general manager or owner?
It's like that in football. That's why you only get your signing bonus.
Exactly. I don't agree with that. That's not fair. I don't believe that.
I always said that, but if you talk to some football players, they'll tell you. My guy who used to block for Peyton Manning, and I used to always argue with him like, yo, fam, but I don't see how you cool with that. Because you putting your body on the line. Yeah, they put their money up, but you putting your body on the line.
It don't work like that. A deal's a deal. If you want me locked in here, because how about this? What if I'm in the middle of the season? If I'm playing for the Colts or wherever, right? And I'm in the middle of this season as this blocker, right? How you gonna tell me I can't leave if I'm having an amazing start? Like, let's say now the Rams want me and they want to pay, or the Patriots like, yo, we'll pay you double. You're like, nah, you on the contract. But you can say, oh, yeah, we're going to get rid of you. I'm not in the That's what I mean. It has to be a two-way street.
Listen, it's like that in the NBA, NFL.
Nah, not the NBA. The NBA, you get your paper.
I know. But what I'm saying is, no one talks bad about the owner. I remember my guy from the
but I don't mind that, though. I don't mind that. No, actually,
from Golden State. What's the forward from Golden State?
Draymond Green.
Right. He said the same thing.
No, but that's a different conversation. That's different.
They always talk bad about the players for wanting to make a better deal for themselves, but no one talks about the owner when they can get rid of a guy.
No, I agree with that, but that's a whole different conversation. I'm talking about contractually being even. I don't care about superficial things like perspectives and optics and how people view me. I'm talking about if you could let me go, then I need to be able to let myself to leave. That, like, it needs to be a two-way street. You can't say, oh, you're contractually bound, unless that's the deal I signed. But this, like, that's not the way it's working out here. But anyway, the whole point of me wanting to even have a team was the mistreatment that I felt like I had and things that I felt was wrong. I wanted to fix and I wanted to change. And I felt like by doing that, which is a process, because I'm not going to act like I'm definitely not the richest owner in this league. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a process for me. And as we continue to grow, to show that there could be success within that, like by treating the players better, like by creating a more fair system, by finding ways to get the players paid more. Like that's the goal that I have right now.
All right, last thing I want to ask you, man. What can we do to keep the spotlight on Staten Island and make sure that it's a part of the city like the other four boroughs?
Man, to be honest with you, it don't matter if it is or isn't, to be honest with you, because that's something that always why what do you need a light for? What for bragging?
What I'm saying is because you guys got legends out there. Like I'm saying right now, hearing your story and knowing all the stuff that you went through, and you overcame and what you accomplished. If you did that in Brooklyn or Harlem, you would be a New York City legend. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I think
a lot of guys are not counted. I'm not saying,
No. I'm not saying no. What I'm saying is, I think a lot of why I'm not a New York City legend is because of me, like because I didn't want to be. Well, not like at the time. So like, you know, it's so crazy, right? I never played in. I wasn't playing in Rucker or Dykeman or any of these things, right? And then, because like I said, I was playing professionally. When I got home, I didn't feel like playing unless like people used to have to come get me, like and take me to the game, like,
right.
Because like I'll look, he be like, yeah, I'm in the middle of something. He see me playing cards when he pull up, like that's the kind of way I would feel like going. So, my thing is, there was a situation, right, with oh yeah, so look, we was watching the game somewhere in Harlem, and A Butter, you know A Butter?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So A Butter was in some group chat or whatever. And he said something like he had 1,000 that he'd cook anybody in the chat. I guess. Well, he said that he'd cook all of them. You know what I mean? Like he got 1,000. He'll cook whoever. It said something like that. It was very vague, but essentially what he meant it was in the chat. So now they come like, so some people tell me, and me, I'm like, this is like prime of my career. I'm like, what? You want to play for a G? Yeah, let's do that. Set it up.
Right.
So then I'm like, so that gets set up or whatever. I mean, so they're like, all right, we're gonna tell them. Then we happen to be standing right next to each other because we didn't know each other. You know what I'm saying? So then he's standing right there. I'm standing right here. Then my man's like, yo, hey, he's like, yeah, that's him right there. Yo, go ahead, tell him you want to play him. I'm like, bro, no damn groupie, bro. You bugging out. Like, so listen. But so then essentially he tells the dude that we want to play. And when he tells him that, I'm like, he's like, just looks like size me up. It's like, what?
The eye test. He gave you the eye test, man. You know.
So, who was there? Who was there? My man Karan. Yeah, my man Dev Curry. He be putting work in the city. Now who was it? Oh my goodness, I can't believe, yo. I'm gonna be tight that his name slipped my mind because he the homie. He was in Above the Rim.
I was in Above the Rim. Who was that?
Did some of the N1 stuff.
Who was Speedy?
Speedy.
No, Speedy wasn't N1.
Yeah, so Speedy right there, right?
Oh, Speedy, license Speedy.
Yeah, Speedy. Yeah, I'm tripping, right? So then Speedy like, yo, no disrespect if you see this, because there's no way this name should have slipped my mind. You feel me? But he's like, yo, he steps in like, yo, he want to play? You play him. Like, what you just said you play for 1,000? Like, what you want to do? And I probably had like that on me or whatever. And then so he tried to big time me. Now, first he's like, yo, he's like, who is he for me to play him for 1,000? Like, what has he done?
Just
right?
You'll cook anybody, right?
So then I was like, he's like, so then Speedy's like, bro, he play overseas right now. He played for University of Missouri. He started running my nose. Like, I didn't even know he knew that. So
Speedy was running down.
Yeah. So then
nice.
So then he's like, so A Butter's like, no, I ain't talking about that. What park he played at? So then I was like, yo, I'm just saying if you want to play, we could play. Like, I'm not over here chasing you to play. You feel me? So, but then he's like, yo, what's $1,000 to me? I'm just telling you what it said. It's not gonna make a lot of sense to you what this was said. He's like, what's $1,000 to me? That don't mean nothing. I could walk on the court right now and just kick the ball and ain't no one gonna do nothing. So that's it. So then I'm like, so then Speedy's like, yo, so you want to play for 5,000? Now, first off, I don't even know. Like, one, I didn't even know A Butter was a whole lot of game. You feel me? Like, I knew him from this, and then I'm hearing of him. You know what I mean? I didn't piece it together, right? So, but anyway, I'm like, all right, but I still respect my game. It's like if it's something I could afford to do, then I'm gonna step up and do it. So, Speedy takes me over to these two dudes sitting on the benches. He's like, yo, just in case he tries to big time you with the money, right? He's like, yo, look. So then I don't know how they even knew because I never seen Speedy go over there for the first time. He's like, they're like, yo, you got game? You could beat him? This and that. And then he just like green lighted, like, yo, like I'll pay up to this much. You feel me? Probably like 5-10 bands. Like, yo, whatever. Like, yo. So I'm like, one, I don't like playing other people's money. I don't play with my money. You feel me? But it's whatever.
Did y'all play?
Nah, we didn't play. But the whole thing was essentially the reason why he didn't want to play me. Essentially, he was saying is I was a nobody because I didn't put in no work in the parks.
No, listen. Me and Bud, Lawrence Bud Pollard, the coach at Jefferson. If you go on YouTube,
nah, not Speedy Claxton. What's
Speedy Williams? Speedy Williams.
Speedy Williams.
When I interviewed Bud, him and I was talking about what makes you a legend, right? Because we know a lot of guys who did out in the park. They ain't doing it in high school. They ain't doing it in college. So where's the cutoff? Where's the balance, right? Because to me, Ross Strickland's a legend. Derek Chivas is a legend. Boo Harvey's a legend, right? All these dudes, high school, college, they may play in a few tournaments, but they wasn't stuck at Rucker. They wasn't stuck at this.
But you can be a legend the other way around.
Now again, I'm not knocking those dudes.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
You got my guy Biz, Hat Man, that amazing Booger. You got Corey Homicide Williams, who wasn't really good in high school.
I played against both of them.
Decent in college, but used Rucker as a vehicle to make himself a pro, and now the top analyst in Australia. Yeah,
that's a fact. But and watch this.
It can go both ways.
No, but the thing was, it wasn't until that conversation with A Butter. Yeah, I went home. I was tight and everything. Like, yo, dude tried to really sum me. Like, you know what I'm saying? They tried to whatever, right? So I was like, oh, all right. That next summer, that's when I did Rucker and got the Times article. That's when I dropped 100. That's when that's when I started
beasted,
tapping into these places to make sure.
You was the only dude out there playing in the hoodie and nobody knew it.
But you feel me? It's I just wanted to make sure that people knew, hold on, don't get it messed up. Like I could do this. I could do this too. You know what I'm saying? Really, this is where I thrive if you want to keep it real. So it's just but I understood it because it's I always wanted, if I had a choice to play on Staten Island, and whether it was UTL, whether it was whatever tournament was the tournament in Staten Island, I was always about bigging up my part of the city and making that over. So I'd rather do that than go to a Gersh game, you feel me? Or go to a whatever. I'm gonna prioritize that, and one is easier for me to get to. And I, you know what I mean, on top of it. But it was but I'll go play in Gersh, or I'll go play I'd go play these places. To me, it wasn't about was the better place to play. That's not what I was, you know what I mean? I wanted to big up my part. But then once once he talked crazy to me, it was all right. But then it was he showed love. After I played in Rucker, then he seen me play and everything, and it was we never revisited it because it wasn't something I was pressed to do. Oh my goodness, I'm not good until I play A Butter. You know what I'm saying? Vice versa. It was just hold on, I heard a challenge for a band. I'm trying to come up. That it was just that simple. You don't want to play, you don't want to play. And I'm not saying he was scared to play. It's not none of that. It's just the fact that was something that inspired me to start really trying to do more putting work in the city. So
well, salute to A Butter for that. And with saying that, I want you to give me the top 5 players for Staten Island who can be considered a legend.
top 5 players from Staten Island.
Yep.
So the question is top 5 players that could be considered a legend.
Facts.
Okay. So number 1, Sandy Brock. Number 2, Kyle McElhonney. Number 2 is Kyle McElhonney.
There you go.
Number 3, I would say, damn, I'm about to mix them up. Who had it's one of the Martins. I'm thinking which Martin I want to say.
Phil, Kareem.
Nope.
I don't even know all of their names. Okay, right.
Not
It's
how.
7. But I know definitely. Phil told me one of the Kareem brothers is out of all of them, he's the best one.
Huh?
And they got one
Malik.
coming up right now.
Malik.
Yes.
So I would say Malik and Hasi. Because, and that might be biased because they're from my school, and that's, you know, but
And one more. And you.
I would say, to be honest, I feel like as far as to be a legend on Staten Island, most of the things that I would do that would be legendary was off of Staten Island, which would then get rated lower, if that makes sense. Like to be like an all-time leading scorer in basketball and like on Staten Island is like, that's legendary Staten Island stuff.
Somebody said LB.
Yeah, LB. I'm thinking, yeah, LB. I'll say LB. But then I also could go other ways. Like, to be honest with you, when I think like legendary too, I also think like we said, that goes both ways. People that made, like you, man, I went to the top college or whatever, like Kmart LeBrew, KK, like Dev Curry. Like Dev Curry's been going everywhere, putting in work for quite a bit. You know what I mean? Globetrotting and everything else. Like,
salute
like
Dev Curry.
KK's over here, like not even 5'9", probably giving out 40 regular in all the tournaments. You know what I'm saying? Still same age as me. He like a week older than me. Still want to play basketball all the damn time. You feel me? Like you get what I'm saying?
Right. What's your nickname on the court? What they call you?
There's Z100. There's Dirty Money. There's Mr. Big Shot.
Hold on. That Z100 is crazy. Woo! That's crazy.
And then by the way, with the Legends thing, there's also, you know what I mean? Like Kenny Page and these people that I heard of.
Kenny Page, Ohio State great.
No, but like this, the thing.
He was the very first one.
Yo, but the thing is, I know my history. I just haven't witnessed it to really speak on it. You get me? So it's like, it's not disrespect when I don't name them, because my uncle will be quick to tell me that some of them would have, like, now when he starts saying that, he would have bust my ass, son, he'd be lying. But
some of my guys from Brooklyn said Kenny Page. My older guys said Kenny Page was a bad boy. So I'm like, all I'm saying is, I definitely, and I'm not overlooking. It's like that would just be me going off of a rumor, if that makes sense. Gotcha. Well, can I add this now? Because I think Kyle McElhonney kind of stumbled on this, but he got through his 5.
Mm-hmm.
Top 5 New York City players of all time.
Top 5 New York City players of all time. Like my. Okay, first off,
The people that you know. Like,
here we go.
Reach back and think about players who they never saw. The top 5 that you saw. And
yeah, of course. Okay. Top 5 all time. Mark Jackson.
Fisher.
They gonna be all guards for me. That's
Okay, so good.
You feel me? Like I can't help it. So Mark Jackson, and these are people like I'm just going with the ones I looked up to.
There you go.
Mark Jackson, Starberry.
Woo.
I'm even then gonna go with Skip.
Skip.
That's the reason
Another guest on the show.
That's the reason I wear number 11. To be honest, you heard me.
Okay.
Like
to my guy. Skip.
Like, and I ain't forget. Nah, we can't put Bash in there, brother. Like, and that's not disrespectfully. Like, and Jamal Crawford is from like Seattle or something. So like I'm looking at people.
Yeah.
So no, but then you definitely got you got Kenny Anderson.
K.A.
Like,
which y'all can check now. Kenny Clip is on YouTube right now.
Yeah, let me see. Hold on. So that's 4, right?
Yep.
The I think. Hold on. Dr. J don't count, right?
Dr. J County, part of New York.
I mean that he Long Island.
Yeah, but again, this is
okay. I'm just making sure.
I call it New York City because it sounds good. Just want to say New York, but look, we had a guy, Glenn Hagan from Rochester, played in the ABA and NBA. Red Auerbach told him. He told Red Auerbach, kiss his ass. Red Auerbach said, "You'll never play in the NBA again."
Yeah. All right. First off, they asked how are their careers better than Bassey? They all have better NBA careers than him.
Again, this is what I don't like to get into. Yesterday, I was explaining to David Kane that I put up a post that says, "Who would you cut?" Just on pure game. I'm not saying controversy, just on pure game.
Mm-hmm.
I had a picture of Lloyd Daniels, Carmelo Anthony, and Lamar Odom.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was like, "Yo, why would you put Lloyd up there? He's drug problem. He got shot." I said, "But Charlie, the thing is, and he still made it to the league. Just imagine Lloyd without that happening."
Now I got one question for you though. Then before we go,
yeah,
because I just asked this question on my IG today, and I felt like there's a lot of disrespect in it, but this is an NBA question. I just want to test it with your IQ, like, you feel me? So here we go. Who had the greatest career between Kobe Bryant and Tim Duncan?
it's tough. They both won. I think they didn't.
They both won 5 titles.
Both won 5.
They both won 5 titles. Kobe got an MVP award. Tim Duncan got 2. Kobe got 2 Finals MVPs. Duncan got 3. Kobe has more career points than him. Duncan has double the amount of career rebounds and 2/3 of the amount of assists as a center.
You know what that
and he
is?
has a better efficiency.
That's the Michael Jordan Kareem debate.
I would say, and he has a better efficiency rating, and he like PER, and he has a better adjusted field goal percentage.
We could do the same thing for Kareem and Mike.
So I'm saying,
Well,
so who's I'm saying,
Mike did lose in the championship game. That's the only thing he got over Kareem, I think. And a few probably other stats that I'm probably not sure about.
So I hear people saying, you saying it's the same. People saying it's the same. But I put this question out people act like I was crazy. See, the thing is, I wouldn't act like
because I had the same thing. Like, but pretty much the same. But then I know when you start naming those things that where Tim would come out on top, I wouldn't just come out and say Kobe.
And you know, one more thing, and there's loads of things we can name about Kobe, but the reason I don't name them is because we all know them and they all stand out. Like, you know what I mean? He's iconic.
Yes.
He's in LA. He had the fro. He changed his number. He got the you know what I mean? Like he was like and this not no Kobe hate or disrespect, because it's all the same. I feel like it's just crazy to me when I hear people talk about the best players and it's Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe. Like, and maybe Kareem thrown in. Yeah, Kareem thrown in.
On every level. High school, college, NBA, and he's still an all-time leading scorer. And he had the most unstoppable shot ever.
But watch this though. But I don't see Tim Duncan in people's top 10, while Kobe's in people's top 3. And everybody, but right now everybody's saying they're the same, and it's like it's more so about the disrespect of Tim Duncan, not me trying to bring. Like I feel like people need to be bringing him up to where they got Kobe in them. Like he literally was doing the same stuff, and it's like it just gets washed away, like it didn't happen.
But it wasn't the Flash, the same thing.
And it was like in San Antonio.
Kareem had the same shots in high school, and nobody could block except Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, like that's what they said. Tim wasn't as marketable. See, but that's not. We ain't talking basketball no more. You get what I'm saying? And that's the point of what I'm trying to make. Like he wasn't as marketable, and he didn't care to be. Dude was still shopping at Old Navy when he's in the, like 7 foot and in the league, and a multimillionaire. Like that's crazy, and actually going to shopping himself, which is even crazier. So,
and I'm gonna break this down to you too, and we're gonna get out of here, right? It's the same thing what I'll be trying to explain to people who changes the game. People think the players change the game. So no, bro. The powers that be change the game. The reason why we argue and say Kobe is the best, because the marketing, the powers that be, right? The imprint on the mind, right? And now we got guys that saying, you know, it's a 3-point league. It's a 3-point league. Yo, fam, I'm gonna say this. Dudes back in the days could shoot. They just didn't shoot a whole bunch of them because they had other things they can do. And my example of this NBA style of play that we seeing right now is the Denver game that happened maybe last week or 2 weeks ago, when it was down 2 and everybody ran to the 3-point line. And nobody was looking to go into overtime to fight, to thug it out and get that win. The whole team ran to the 3-point line and the whole middle was open. And you and our defensive players right now, we will be shutting muffins down. Almost everybody play the same. It's like almost everybody rap the same. And when we get that dude that does something different, we in awe. Yeah.
But I don't know about Dame though. Like he ain't about to Dame, just stop Dame.
No. I said we got those those small few that's different. Hold on, fam. Yo, my guy surprises me all the time, right? He'll bring the white paper, the pink paper. Today, he got you on black, fam.
Oh, yeah, I need that.
Yo, this is crazy, fam.
Yeah, I need that.
Hold on, fam.
I just got a screenshot. Yeah, oh, man. Who did that?
Our God, resident artist Jamel Powell. Everybody who comes to the show, we try to get everybody. Some days my guy can't make it. He got class, he got to work. But when he can, he gets over here and he draws the guests that we have on the show.
Yeah, that's what's up.
And I just tell my guests, you know, you just take care of posting and handling, right? And we'll send it out to you, and you'll be getting it in here.
Yeah, no, I definitely need that for sure, 100%.
No doubt, my brother.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate you having me, man. I love what you're doing too, and I honestly do love that you are.
I didn't hear you. What you said?
No, I said I appreciate you having me, and I love what you're doing, and I really love and respect and appreciate that you acknowledging all of New York City. like and acknowledging that Staten Island is a part of it, because the reality is, because it's like, okay, it's just like, it'd be so funny. The funny thing about people in New York, right, is this: New York be quick to close like box ourselves in, like I'm from Brooklyn, like we want to, like I'm from Harlem, like bro, like not even your whole, like Harlem is like not even a city, like I mean not even a borough. It's a
few blocks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Blocks. That's like me saying I'm from New Brighton. So, and the thing is, but then when something great happens, right? Like Griselda.
Yes.
All of a sudden,
yes.
We'd be quick to be like, yeah, they from New York. Yeah, they from New York. Bro, they all the way out there in Albany, bro. Like they
fam, I was telling people about Griselda 2.5, 3 years ago. And it was like, they don't have radio records. I'm saying, fam, the radio's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Now, those same people, Billy the Butch and Conway. I said, son, I told you 3 years ago.
Yeah, but no, that's what I'm telling you though. But that's the one thing about New York. Like we'll be so quick to isolate ourselves and rep just our 3-street radius into something amazing. Till Dr. J's from Long Island, till Wu-Tang is from Staten Island, till like, and it's like now, oh yeah, we're gonna claim them now. We'll claim them when it's convenient. No, let's like New York. Like, and there's a big rumor that New York is falling off on the ball circuit, and it's so far from the truth. But it's so far from the truth. Some people have stepped it up, but it ain't falling off.
We still putting out talent, and this is why we want to get the word out.
You see the young boy at St. John's,
the
point guard from St. John's.
Oh yeah, for sure. He was out
Rookie of the year.
Yep.
And defensive player of the year as a rookie. You feel me? And stayed at the crib.
Alexander, yes.
Yeah. He's the truth.
For sure. We had his coach up here. He went to Lincoln. Pete Wade.
Yeah, I wanna highlight him because his coach is my coach. You feel, like his coach now is my coach.
Oh, okay. That's right, Mike Anderson.
That's right. So I'll be like, so that's what's making me clock in the first place.
That's real.
But like I like his game. I like his game a lot.
So y'all listen. Think about who else you want to nominate. All right? Because you have a few nominations in your own. Hit me up, yo, G. You need to talk to my boy. You know what I'm saying? Definitely want to guy KK you talked about, LB.
Yeah, this Lowe's, Isaiah Wilkerson.
Yeah, let's make that happen.
This Lowe's, I'm
once or twice a month, definitely. To show
Devin Curry. You know what I think would be dope? Because, like, who have you done from Staten Island so far?
Red Trip, Cal, and you.
Right. I think I would go with see what I think. Like, to be honest, I like showcasing the balance of it. So if there was someone to do next, I think like Kmart LeBrew or Devin Curry, because like in Devin Curry, like he did the Globetrotters, he did the Harlem Wizards, but he's been putting work in all through the city. Like all these people that people give props to, both of them been crossing paths of all of them on the street. Like so, and the thing is, like Staten Island does have players that been putting that work in to be labeled that street ball legend within the city as well, with what they've done on a consistent basis. Like me, I would agree. Like I haven't been consistent. It took for someone to feel a little disrespected to go put 2 hard years in, or 3. You know what I'm saying? And then even then, by the 3rd year, it was just like, yeah, I'll make 2 games in the season. Like, you know what I mean? I'm done. Like,
I got contacted by a coach, either a coach or dad. I gotta go through my DM. It's a Staten Island player, a big guy. He's a cancer survivor. I think the dad of the coach contacted me. So he's one of the best players on Staten Island. Big kid, big white kid.
Halil?
He's a cancer survivor.
Hold on, yo. All the talking I did, I forgot to mention, like, yo, Halil completely slipped my mind. I don't know who they're talking about, but Halil is the real deal as well. Halil is the truth. And he's someone like he just literally just that happened all the time.
Gotcha.
So everything I said, sometimes some of these names might have had to get moved over for some of the questions. Because he put that work in overseas, in the park, in college. He put work in. You get what I'm saying?
Bro,
and
I'm gonna give you the keys to that. So whenever you wanna, you just hit me up, yo, G. Let's do such and such.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? And we'll go with that.
But yeah, you gotta get the Band-Aid man on here.
Bro, I'm working. Trust me. I reached out to him. He said, let's make it happen. And trust me, I hit him like once every other week. Just let him know, yo, D, we still here. For sure. I'm working on that. And if you can help me too, let's make that Mizzou thing happen, man.
Yeah, definitely. All right, yo. Thanks for that. Yo, I'm gonna get with you for that picture and we're gonna sort that out.
For sure. There you go.
Thank you for having
number
me.
and all that. And then I want to come out to Staten Island and hang out.
Nah, that's
real shit. Take me
summer.
around to the parks. You know what I'm saying? So I can get to know the landscape.
Nah, definitely. All right.
All right.
Yeah, appreciate everybody for sticking around.
No doubt. My God.
All right, take care.
Appreciate you. Listen, when we talk about New York City basketball, we got to include Staten Island. It's the 5 boroughs, baby. Basketball Heads Live. I'm your host, Glenn Pooh Harding. Basketball Heads Live. To fish you home for New York City basketball. Peace.